one, here, then we hit the origin, then down here, here, back to here. Pi over 4 was the starting, so I started there.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Then I went to 0.
Oh, and it's
You gotta start at that same, it's over. We're so used to starting right on that y-axis that kind of screws things up a little bit. Is it all good? There we go. No?
Please tell me you're giving us like one more.
I think 3.
Oh,
Then there's some matching.
I do your magic. Forgot to add that.
Oh, well, good enough?
Today, and everyone should come to our game.
Iris, do you want this paper?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should have 2 questions.
Maybe I'll up it to 4.
Or 3 questions and no match.
I like that idea.
I'm giving you options. I mean, that's
Oh. Thank you. I like options.
No, I don't think I can flip it.
Yep. No vertical shift yet. We'll save that for the next one. Okay. My first question, is this in standard form? Why not? The 3 is inside the parentheses. Standard form, inside the parentheses can only have a 1x. So what we've got to do is take the 3 out. Reverse distributive property. We're going to take it out by dividing it out. So it's -2 sine. I want to take the 3 out and put it in front. And what you do when you take that out is you're dividing it out. So I divide each of these by 3 to see what's left. So 3 divided by 3 leaves me with just the x. Plus, that's going to stay pi over 3. If you multiply it back in, you should get what we had. 3 times x is a 3x. 3 times the pi over 3, the 3's cancel, and you get the pi. So you're just factoring it out, which is dividing it out. Amplitude. 2 with a flip. Period. 2 pi over 3. Vertical. None. Phase. Left, pi over 3. Or what else could you write down? Negative pi over 3. All right. Any questions on those 4 things? One full page on your test is picking out the 4 things from the equation. That's it. Done. Okay?
Is the vertical
No. If you don't put anything down, I assume it's 0. Yep.
Just put flip there to remind you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's our first x value? It's always the phase number. Usually, up until today, our phase was 0, so it started at 0. But when we've got phase, we've got negative pi over 3. Because we're taking it off of the y-axis, which has an x value of 0, and pulling it back. What's the process to get the ending x value? Phase plus period. So my phase is a negative 1/3. The period is 2 pi over 3, so 2/3. So negative 1/3 plus 2/3 is 1/3.
Wait, where you pull 1/3, 2/3 from again?
Negative 1/3 is starting, phase plus period.
Yeah.
Period is 2/3.
Oh, that's why I'm curious.
So when I add, I get 1/3. So it's finishing at pi over 3. Okay, what's the middle of negative 1/3 and positive 1/3?
Zero.
0. I gotta get one that doesn't hit 0 here pretty quick. Because they don't always hit 0 somewhere. Alright, what's the middle of negative 1/3 and 0? Negative pi over 6. And this must be positive pi over 6. Okay, we've got sine with a flip, amplitude 2, no vertical shift. So what are my axis values going to be? Axis values are all 0 because we have no vertical shift. And sine starts on the axis, then works its way normally up and then down. So, because it is sine with a flip, what's this first y value going to be? Negative 2. 2. Okay, the second table. We're starting where? Negative pi over 3, the phase. We share that point. Then the process is phase minus a period to get the next one. So it's going to be negative 1/3 is the phase. Subtract, the period was 2/3. It's kind of been up on the top of the board there. Where does it finish at? Negative 1 pi. Okay, what's in the middle here? Negative 1/3 plus a negative 1, which is negative 3/3. So add those together and take half. What are you going to be at? Negative 2/3. So that's going to be negative 4/3 times a half. 2 is reduced, negative 2/3. The middle here, negative 1/3. Plus a negative 2/3. That's negative 3/3. Half of that is negative pi over 2. Are you doing this on your own or just watching me? Try this last one on your own. I'm not going to talk through it. You do it. See how you're doing. Negative 5/6?
Negative pi over 6.
Negative 5 pi over 6?
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we're doing a sine with a flip. The axis values are the same. And then what do you got to remember about your max and min? Switch them. So we got 2, negative 2. Okay. Now we do our graph. And really, how many points do we have? It might be easier to start there. 'Cause look at where our axis is out over here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. If I just put 9 dashes on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do I know this last one here is? All the way out to the right is pi over 3 from my first table, the last value. This one back here is negative pi. Where's my y-axis at? Let's see, so this is pi over 3. Let's see, then I back up 1, pi over 6. Right here. There's my y-axis. There's my negative pi over 6. Here's my negative pi over 3.
Why would it be in the middle? Oh, it's a negative.
Okay, so it's starting right here at negative pi over 3. We are at 0. Then it goes down 2. Hit the origin. Up 2. And then back here. And then the other table starts here. And then it goes up 2. Maybe I won't put vertical shift. Maybe I'll spend another day on this. Think you need 2 days on this?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't put vertical shift in today, and then we'll do that on Friday. So we'll give you a date on. Okay, we'll do one more of these without vertical shift. Why is the y? Because the y-axis ended up in the middle. Because this is my origin. It ended up the 3rd point in on my table. This is where the y-axis is at the origin. Because the whole graph was pulled left.
So we're done.
No, we'll do one more. I'm not going to give you graphs. I'll probably just give you 3 without the matching today. We won't throw in it. We'll do some vertical shift on Friday.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I think you might need a little extra practice with this. Okay, I got to get one that doesn't land on the origin. That one does. Well, this one doesn't. That's nice. Okay, y equals. Let's go 1/2 cosine. I want a number in there. I better not, it won't work out. X. I'm kind of making it up as I go here. I gotta see what the first one was. Well, there it is. That's good. X minus pi over 3. Throw 1/2 here too. 1/2 x minus pi over 3. I want to make it I want to throw just a little curve in here. Okay. 1/2 cosine. So it's not in standard form, so I'm going to take the 1/2 out. Okay. What was the process you used to take that number out? What operation? Divide. You got to divide by 1/2. So you multiply by 2. So 1/2 divided by 1/2, that's just come bringing down to x. What's the pi over 3 divided by 1/2 going to turn into? 2 pi over 3. Okay, now we pick amplitude, 1/2. Period. Oh, it's, what's it going to be?
No.
It'll be 4 pi. 2 divided by 1/2, which is 2 times 2, gives us 4 pi. Period.